Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's masterclass, Orgasmic Expansion. Mm. Um, get yourself cozy, make something nice to drink, maybe a glass of wine, maybe a cup of tea, something that will, make you feel nourished and cozy. Get your lover beside you and get ready. Hmm. If we haven't met before, my name is Bar. I am a somatic sex coach and yoni mapping therapist, which basically means that I help individuals and couples to connect to their own intimacy, and by that, to their lovers, friends, family, and yet to vibrate that energy out to the collective. Yeah, I've started my path of somatic work and conscious sexuality tantra years ago, and I'm lucky enough to do that today as well. I'm working with clients individually, and I do lots of workshops as well online and in Byron Bay where I live. And yeah, I would love to answer any question you have. You are more than welcome to send me in any way questions, etc. And I'd love to explain more about anything you'd like to hear. Let's dive in. So my intention for tonight is to rewrite the story of intimacy, of what brings us to have intimate relationships, to have sexuality with our partner. And it won't be just theory, will be also theory, of course, but not just. We're going to do lots of practice together, exercises, and hopefully those tools will be tiny and simple, and you'll be able to cooperate that to the next time you'll get intimate alone or with your lover. Stay till the end. Because just like as my sessions, I will give you some home play. I'll teach you some anatomical points, pleasure points. Female body, male body, that will be super yummy and juicy for your next, intimate relationship with your partner. Um, Before we start and before we dive in, I'd like us to take a few minutes of conscious breath. So, whether you've done it before or not, I want to invite you to close your eyes, get a comfy seat, roll your shoulders to the back. Inhale through your nose, feeling the air entering through your nostrils all the way down, 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 down. And feel how the air is going out of your mouth. Inhale and exhale. Feel the cold air entering your body and how it comes out all the way from your belly out. And now bring your awareness to your own physical body, the individual that you are, you. Inside of this relationship, before being a partner, you're a whole person. And you have your own desires, your own dreams, your own journey, your own rhythm. I want you to breathe into that, remembering that about yourself. And now gently bring your awareness without opening your eyes. Just bring your awareness gently to your lover next to you or wherever they are in the space. And feel how there are two different worlds here, two individuals that together create a shared field, kind of an ecosystem that is your relationship. And yeah, whether you've been together for a few weeks, months, years, you have your own desires, your own needs, and we constantly change. That means we're alive, right? When we change. So take a few minutes to ask yourself, what is alive in me today? What do I wish to feel more of in the connection I have with my partner? What part of me wants to be seen more, felt more, expressed more? And of course, you don't need to have an answer to that. Just breathe into it and bring it to the conscious level. Slowly, slowly, you can start sense the surface underneath you. And you can open your eyes whenever you're ready, slowly with your gaze down, softly up to me. Okay. I hope you feel a bit more grounded. Yeah, let's start, shall we? So let's talk a little bit about the reality of sex today. So as you can see in this photo, in this chart, there is something called the orgasm gap. It's a well-known term in conscious sexuality field. Basically, it means that when we're a lesbian couple or a gay couple, yeah, we have same organs to to deal with, to understand each other's pleasure. So it can be a little bit easier, which, as you can see with heterosexual women, which they are most of my clients, we have this gap here that they are having only 65% of reaching climax, reaching orgasm levels, while heterosexual men gets to 95%. And I want to help us to minimize this gap, to make this gap a bit smaller, because, well, there is a deep understanding that we have when we have the same organs. But when we are with someone with different body, there is a level of communication that needs to happen that is a lot deeper, in that sense of we can't understand what the other person feels just because we don't have the same organs. So we need to educate ourselves about the other organs better. So that's what we're gonna do today. Where we are now. So there is something that called the sexual script. So sexual script basically built on porn. We can see that in Hollywood movies, and that's basically the script of flirting. We feel that energy building up, kissing, touching, base one, base two, first base, second base, sorry. Then we have the penetration, climax, and boom. Yeah, we're done. This very, 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 very linear model. It's focusing basically on performance, and we want to put our focus today on exploration. Exploration, that's where orgasmic state comes from exploring, from enjoying the path and not necessarily the goal. So when we're going to go a step back and we'll say that we as a society, we live in a very stressful world where we can live feeling pressure, disconnection, shame, and also we can get to kind of a routine with our sexual life, right? It becomes like a task, and that's something that I hear a lot, um, especially from women, but from everybody, that it becomes like something we want to tick to do that and just get over with it, and feel this level of cortisol going down because of the climax we're having, and okay, done, moving next. But if you're here with me today, it means that conscious sexuality is something that interests you. So let's see how we can change that, how we can bring some spices into this mix. A few of the blockages we carry will be shame, guilt, trauma, emotional blockages, performance anxiety, or even performance mindset. That means that, for example, I heard that women sound like this way in porn movies, so I will fake this voice when I'm enjoying, so my partner will think ABC. Um, that's performance mindset, okay? I will perform in this way because that's how I saw that women perform when they enjoy sex. That's just one example of that. Lack of communication, first of all, with myself. What do I like? What do I like? Do I touch myself enough to understand what I like, to know how to guide as well my partner after? um so lack of communication between myself and then with couples, so feeling like I can't express my wants and needs to my lover. So now we'll take 5 minutes to do our first exercise, and that will be a communication exercise. What I want you to do is choose one question. And if you're seeing the record, you can pause here and then you can go through all of those. And if you feel like you want to do it like in steps, you can just take a screenshot and save it for later. If you've been together for a few years or a few months, I hope you're asking yourself those questions at least every now and then, because as we said already, we change. And female body people, we are cyclical creatures. So if you ask those questions on the first day of her cycle, it can be completely different than the last day or the middle of the month. So I encourage you to talk about those things. Let's start. And if it's a little bit too much for today, it is fine. Just to bring those questions to your awareness is big. And you can talk about it later ahead as well. I want to remind you that if you're here tonight and if your lover is with you tonight, it means that you both want more, so that you both wanting to take that step forward. So look at each other's with good eyes, and when you talk, when you communicate to build something together. That's something that I teach a lot during my private sessions with couples and with individuals, because when there's love and communication, healthy, good communication, one that builds. And when I say good communication, don't get me wrong, we can have, sorry, we can have misunderstanding, we can have some even discussion about things and even arguments. That's so natural. We're not the same person. We are individuals. But we want to know how to do that and how to build and grow from that as the union that we are as couple. Let's talk about the old orgasm model. Sorry. So we have this old orgasm model that is basically building up tension. We can feel it coming, and then climax, spreading the energy. There's like this little explosion, and then collapse. And that collapse happened because the energy is going out of our body. Whether you are spiritual, whether you are not, we are made of energy. I mean, that is a fact. And when we have this explosive climax that comes from, yeah, it can be clitoral orgasm, or yeah, it can be many other types, but when we have this little explosive sense of climax and then collapse, it means basically that the energy is going out of our body. And what we want to do is we want to start understanding how to change that and help this energy to stay within and go up and down and spread in our body to different organs, to have different durations, different types of waves in your body. And yeah, so imagine like we are in an ice cream shop and I have lots of ice cream flavors to offer you, and you go to the same flavor every time, but not just once. Ever since you are like 8, 12, 11 years old, you try the same flavor. So that is the same familiar climax that you already know. So imagine if I offer you to try some different flavors, and you might like it, you might want to combine that with the flavor that you already know. But my point is, you're gonna have, yeah, the ability to choose. You're gonna have options, exploration, and in that way you're open to have just more possibilities and just feel, yeah, more of that sense of energy, of change, of, yeah. So what happened is when we are, yeah, I don't know, 12, 8 for some of us, and we start touching ourselves, what happened is that our brain creates something that's called neuropathway of pleasure. So we get an orgasm, whether is it from the shower thing, or from touching ourselves in a certain way. And well, climax release really good hormones in our body, and it lowers down the cortisol levels, and our brain wants that, needs that. But don't forget, we're animals at the end, and for survival matters, our brain wants to save energy. So our brain, especially in the stressful environment we live today, our brain will ask us to get to that climax the fastest we can. Okay, so it will ask us for the same flavor every time because it's the fastest way to get this sugar rush, to get this beautiful good hormones, and to lower down the cortisol level, the stress hormones level. Yeah, so that's why we go to the same thing over and over, to the same way of reaching a climax. The intimacy cycle. So it first right here, we're in the excitement parts. We flirt and we kiss and the fire builds up. And then we discover each other's rhythms and what we like. And then it becomes routine after a while because we know exactly what works and we repeat it. Then a lot of people get bored. Not all of us, but a lot of people get bored. From that, we go to the stage of curiosity, which a lot of us hear today because of that. So that's where everything can shift. And that's when you discover conscious sexuality. That's when I discovered back then conscious sexuality. And then comes the renewal. You start to explore and seduce each other in different ways and touch differently, and communicate in a different way on your sexuality. From there, rebirth. And why? Because sexual energy, orgasm energy is life force. And you feel more alive when you live in pleasure. And that's my invitation to you. There's new possibilities. So what it means, orgasm as expansion. Remember that peak we talked about, that one flavor we talked about? So let's see it as climax would be me trying to reach, I live in Byron Bay, the town near me called Malambimbi, me trying to reach from Byron Bay to Malambimbi, for example. I will open Google Maps and Google Maps will give me the fastest way through the highway. I can take the highway and I'll get there. So I will get to climax just fast and I know that works. Or I can go through the mountain, through hinterland, through the bush, and I can discover there different views and different paths, and maybe it will take longer, maybe it will take 20 minutes, maybe it will take 30, 40, 50 minutes. But if I'm not in a rush, why should I go through the highway when there is a path full of different possibilities that I can find? The invitation. Orgasm as expansion is the invitation to take that path. And if you are together for years now, why won't you? Why won't you want to discover those mountains and fields and new beautiful areas? And yeah, so we are talking about a state of energy, not just a peak moment. I want to see you as orgasmic beings. So whether it's sipping the tea that you made from the herbs in your garden, if you smell that, that's lemon myrtle tea that I picked, that actually someone gifted to me, and I picked it up and I crushed it and I put it in water and I can smell it and sip it and feel it going down my throat, and or I can just drink it. And I can do it with everything. So I could eat very fast doing something else, or I can take my plate, go outside, and give myself the honor of eating quietly. concentrating on what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my body. And we can take that to the shower as well. So we can take a shower really fast, like 5 minutes and done, and let's keep going with the day. Or we can try to put down the lights, put candles, music, phones away, and make a little ritual of the shower. Feel the soap against me with a beautiful smell. Feel the texture of the water against my skin. And that is, my friend, Tantra. This is Tantra. Living tantric life is exactly that. Tools to get this change. So let's talk practice, what we can do. First of all, awareness. So that will be a first step. So from now on, I want you to remember that the person that you are outside of the bedroom, that's how you're going to act and who you're going to be in the bedroom. So if you are a person that, for example, me, that I can't concentrate, like so many things happening, and it's really hard for me to concentrate. So I will take all the messiness from my room outside. I will put candles, open the window, bring a fresh wind inside. Make the, yeah, the space a bit more easy to my awareness, to my focus, to be present. Um, I want you to do that with everything in your life. So, like eating, taking a shower, etc., like I explained before. Even putting oils on yourself before going to bed, looking at yourself in the mirror, massaging yourself in front of the mirror, feeling yourself, touching yourself, falling in love with yourself every time. That will bring so much to your sexual relationship with yourself and with your lover. A little trick that I would love to teach you. So next time you're together with someone, or even self-pleasuring yourself, and you experience a disconnection and your mental body wants to run away to what you need to do, or what do I forget, etc., etc., I want you to touch yourself, even if you're with someone else. And I want you to feel the texture of your fingertips against your skin. And then you can feel the texture of your chest against your fingertips. So we're changing the focus here by separating sensations. We'll work on that in a second in our exercise, so you can practice that. But this is the invitation. And another little hot tip, if you haven't touched yourself with your partner, ooh, you're missing a huge playground, because there's nothing that is more beautiful than seeing your lover pleasuring themselves, and seeing what they like, and ask them, can you show me this? And can you show me how you want to do this? Or how do you do this? Explore that. That's a little invitation. Prioritize time for intimacy. Put a day in during the week where you don't focus on dinner or having friends over, where you're focusing on your intimacy. And that means not necessarily sex. That could be having cooking time with each other with just music and no phones, and being fully with each other. Intimacy is so much more than sex. Maybe bringing a nice card game with questions, and maybe put a new playlist and dance at home. Why not? Maybe take yourself to a walk in nature together, and maybe it will be talking about your sex. And that brings me to communication. You're not sure, ask your partner what they like. And if they are not sure, explore together. Communicate more about things. There is no extra communication. We want to know what happens, especially for female body people. It's important to us, for us, sorry, to explain the rhythms, to explain you what is changing in our body, because we change during the month. Um, breathe, breathe, get to intimate time and take a breath. And it doesn't mean necessarily it has to be 10 minutes long meditation. It can be a minute of just, okay, ground yourself together. Intimacy as a ritual. So I've been mentioning that before. Making your space like a little ritual space. It doesn't mean you need to do an altar or something, which I love, but you don't have to do that. You can just dim the lights, put a nice smell in the air, use a nice body oil, and just, yeah, heat the oil that you use generally. Add different things to your day-to-day sexual life, and yeah, try different things. Tantric tools. We'll have a little practice just in a second where we'll create a little tantric vibe. But yeah, tantric tools is something that I teach in my private sessions and my workshops. It's all about tantra. It's my absolute favorite practice. Yeah, and in an hour, it's a bit shorter for me to expand more about it, but we'll practice in a second. There we are. Ah, take a deep breath. And let's dive into this mini guided practice, the art of seducing each other. So, female body people, you are going to be the first one to be the giver this time. And male body people, you are going to be the first one to receive. So, find yourself a comfortable position. Receiver, whenever you are ready, you're welcome to close your eyes and I will guide you through the whole thing. And I want you to explore here the edge between comfort and desire. And I want you to breathe into every sensation that you feel. So, male body people, you find your comfortable seat or laying down position, and you can take as many clothes as you want off. I recommend as much skin to skin contact as possible, but it's up to you, whatever feels comfortable. And giver, female body people, the invitation is to lead. And I want you to slowly, slowly, slowly put your hand in a few centimeters distance from your partner's skin and feel that gap. Feel the warmth. It can be the neck, chest, shoulders, face, wherever feels good for you. And slowly, slowly, very consciously put your hands on your partner's skin. And start trace with your fingertips all over the body. It can be chest, neck, jawline, ears. You can whisper something dirty, sexy in their ear, and it can just be your breath in their ear. It can be a little touch of your teeth, not even biting, but just And I want you to tease them. And I want you to see how they react with their body. Giver, be intuitive. Go with your flow and see how the receiver's body reacting. And receiver, breathe into the sensations. Close your eyes and feel the sensations moving in your body. Feel the sensation of your lover's touch. Receiver, sip every little micro movement of your partner. And if you want, you can add your own touch. And you can separate the sensations between your lover's touch and your own touch. And giver, feel free to intuitively move between ears and just behind the ears, neck, collarbones. Use your teeth, your tongue for light touch. Flirty, seducing touch. You can whisper in their ear, you can whisper to their skin. And receiver, don't forget, you're welcome to touch yourself anywhere you want. This is your time. Feel your own hands against your skin, your own temperature, texture, and then your lover's touch all around you. Using giver, you can use your fingertips, your nails for an airy touch, a flirty feather touch. Receiver, breathe into that. Stimulate yourself, your inner thighs, your waist, your lower belly. Seduce yourself as well. And slowly, we will come back to the space. You can put, giver, you can put your hand on the receiver's heart and feel their pulse. Feel their heartbeat, that life energy from within. And whenever you're ready, it's time to swap. So the receiver will be the giver now, and the giver will be the receiver now. So female body people, you're welcome to lay down or sit comfortably. Take off as many layers as you feel comfortable with. And let's start with this energetical touch that we've done before. So giver, don't touch your partner yet. Just put your hands a few centimeters distance from her chest, from her heart. And receiver, if there's any little moment that you feel like you want something to be different, you want to change something, please communicate that to your lover. And it can be simple as moving their hands to other space. Doesn't have to be, no, it can be moving their hands and navigate them to where you want their touch. And give a slowly start only with your fingertips, only with your maybe even nails, to trace lines that flow through her body and goes from her face and ears and lips to her neck and shoulders. Don't go to the chest straight away. Let's wait with that. Let's seduce her. I want her to want your touch so bad that she would beg for it. So seduce her slowly, slowly. And receiver, this is your time to add your own touch. Giver, be extremely slow with your touch. You can use your tongue, or you can use even firmer touch if she wants a massage, or maybe deeper touch. So we want to go deep into her tissues. It can be either airy touch or deep, earthy touch. Whatever she feels comfortable with, whatever she's asking you to. Receiver, this is an invitation to communicate your desires. And whenever you are ready, the receiver, I want you to start touching yourself in any way that will complement your partner's touch. Explore different areas of your body. Touch different techniques. Explore different techniques. It can be feathery touch, of just passing your nails. It can be airy or watery touch with a bit of oil maybe. It can be more of an earthy touch. And give her, take your time and see what makes her alive, what is seducing her. Notice her breath, so important. Notice her breath. Notice what makes her goosebump. And from here, my friends, I'll ask you to place your hands on your heart together. Feel her heartbeats against your palm. And slowly, slowly come back together to this state. And that is a little tiny taste, from what conscious sexuality can be. Those were almost 10 minutes. Imagine which levels we can get if we go even deeper. So for a female body we need from 25 till 45 minutes of foreplay of stimulating all of our bodies, so we'll be able to open up. Our yoni will be able to open up to their full potential. So this is just a little example of what we could do to start stimulating each other. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. It was a tiny teaser from this whole whole world of conscious sexuality. Yeah, and this was just the tip of it. I invite you to explore the edge when you go intimate with each other, when you go to this beautiful sexual intimate time with each other, and make the other one beg for more, for wanting more. Reframing desire. So we don't want to look at pleasure as a goal or climax as a goal. We want to enjoy the ride, enjoy this path between the mountains, between the hinterland, bush, see what there's out there. We don't want to achieve anything. This is a very masculine energy way of seeing things, achieving something. We want to lay back and we want to enjoy every micro little sensation and movement that we do. And there's so many ways of feeling this orgasmic wave, and it can come in so many different forms and shape. And yeah, it can come very strong, very gentle, and every step in between. And I want you to ride those waves. I want you to know how to control those waves, how to breathe them in and up and then down, and understand where from your body it can come, and what's the potential that your body has, because we all orgasmic creatures. Pleasure is a life energy. The whole sacral chakra area is life force. That's where we can get inspiration. It lights up creativity within us, expression, and this is medicine. Yeah, this is medicine to express our truth in the world. So you can see when a person lives with their pleasure and through their pleasure. Yeah. Imagine if you could release pressure and shame around sexuality, feel safe to express what you really want, not only with your partner, also with yourself. What do I like? What do I want? More of, less of? How do I want it? Taste new flavors of this ice cream shop. Taste everything. Create this relationship that is just growing and growing and growing, and the passion grows with it. And the paths to go deeper is, we have the private couple session, 3 hours of me and you two, and I'll share everything I know on the topic that you will choose. So you'll have to fill out this little questionnaire just to tell me a little bit about what would you like more of. And I will build this beautiful session for you. It can be online at your own home or here with me in Byron Bay. I'm doing it usually to honeymoon people to honeymoon couples that come here for vacations. I do that as a gift. A lot of times a partner gift this session to their lover. And I do also private sessions with individuals that want to deepen their relationship with themselves. Also, I'm going to do, to launch a new beautiful product, a tantric ritual that you can do at your own space, at your own home. It's going to be an online product, and stay tuned. I'm going to put it all on social media and my website. And yeah, you can take a screenshot, or just write to me. I'm so happy to answer everything. As you can see, I am really passionate with this. So this is my Instagram, my email, and my website. Go there, find everything about my offerings and so much more. I have so many more free bits over there. So you're welcome to have a look. And now, just like in my session, so couple session, individual session, workshops, I always give home play. I always give you something so you can practice at home with the tools we built together that you took with you. So you can actually practice and see and feel the change within you and with your partner. Ready? So your home play will be to dive in to an exploration time with your partner. So I'll start with a few pleasure spots. First, male body people. So we have the perineum that is over here. You can see it here in the photo. So it's basically a very, very מההתחלה. So your home play will be to explore those specific pleasure spots. Male body people, lingam havers, will concentrate in your next pleasure time together. The perineum, just over here, and in your corona of glands. So it's just this line over here. And giver, what you're going to give to the receiver, which will be in this case male body person, your partner, your lover, you'll give them 20 minutes of beautiful, seductive, session in that area. So I want you to go either with lots of lubricant or oil, and with your fingers, you can go around it, you can pull upwards, you can go circles, you can pull, and then, just play along. You can combine your tongue, your mouth, and I want you to focus in that area. And a beautiful way, before we get straight to the genitals, because that's not the way, a beautiful way is to stimulate the inner thighs before, and lower belly, and buttocks, glutes, and all of this area. Tease them with lots of different types of touch. It can be kissing, it can be licking, it can be biting, it can be, enjoy with your imagination, and explore whatever feels right for you. And the invitation is to focus in that specific pleasure spot for at least 20 minutes. And again, stay on the edge. If you feel like you're about to climax, breathe it in and keep going. And then you build and build and build this orgasmic wave inside you. And now we're going to move to the female body people. So when you reach to pleasure a female body people, we want at least 25 to 45 at least minutes of foreplay. So stimulate the whole body. I'm not even talking about breasts or genitals at all. The whole body. See what she needs today. If it's a firmer touch, a lighter touch, whatever she needs today, that's going to be what you're going to give her, because she changed during the month. We change, and every time we'd like a different type of touch. And when you get to the genital, that will be only after you ask her, are you ready? And if she's not ready, go deeper in her body, okay? Make her beg for more, seduce her that she will ask you, please. Okay? And when she's ready, her yoni will start to get puffy. The blood will flow over there, and she'll feel ready and puffed and red and yeah, ready. And you will be able to see that. And my invitation for you is either with your tongue, either with your finger, focus this time in the vestibular area. So this is the vestibule, and this will be the U spot. You can see it in the picture right here. So this is the U spot, and you can see it in this here as well. This spot is super, super pleasurable, but only if her yoni is ready for it, wanting that, completely open, like flower that is completely open. So take your time to give her lots of pleasure before, and when you are pleasuring her in her U point, try circles. Try both ways. Try 5 minutes on one side and then 5 minutes on the other one, and see the difference. You'll be able to see the physical difference between the sides, because when you pleasure one side, it becomes more puffed, more open, more ready. Also, we are not asymmetrical creatures, none of us. So a lot of times one side of the vulva will be more sensitive than the other one. Test that, check that, learn your lover's body. I can talk about it for hours. And yeah, I wanted to say thank you for all of you for joining me tonight, or yeah, and sharing this hour with me. I hope I taught you something. I hoped I changed something for you. I hope you're going to use the tools you learned today. And I wish you a beautiful evening. Go and enjoy the magic. I'm here for anything.